So hello there. I tried to demo this yesterday, but then questions arised, and I didn't get a chance to demo this properly. And I also was very slow to explain what is this about, and I didn't come super prepared to the community call. So what are we checking today, or talking about is the uh, recently discovered ability for Pyodide to mount a native FS. The mount native FS is based on a directory handler through the show directory picker, which is actually unfortunately available only in Chromium-based browsers, including Chrome and Edge or any other, or Brave or any other Chromium-based browser. There's not support yet for Firefox or Safari. That's a bit unfortunate, but we also know that the majority of our users are already in Chrome anyway. So we think we should try to ship this feature as soon as we can. The show directory picker, however, is not just available in Chrome. It requires a specific kind of action from the user called transient user activation. The transient user activation is basically requires the user to explicitly ask for permission to read any folder in the file system. So it's not possible to just ask show picker, and that means that I needed to find a compromise or a way to give users, PyScript users, the ability to basically show um, something that requires user interaction. So in this case, what we're seeing is just the most basic index.html. Good news, since this morning, this works in both Pyodide and MicroPython, and uh, and the code is just this. So right now, the PyScript import fs is a module that allows the user to mount any folder, any name you like. In this case, it's just root persistent. It's just easy to reason about for this demo sake. And here, this is the moment if you ask directly in Python code for this, it's the moment the browser basically, is the moment the browser will show this modal dialog with very minimalistic CSS is not obtrusive. Right now, there's no CSS at all around the page, but if you have way cooler CSS, this should preserve the aspect, fonts, and everything else you have in your page. And here we are asking the user to actually explicitly authorize. The user can cancel it, but we're not dealing with the try except in Python code. We are now, for demo sake, we could do that, but right now for demo sake, I just want to show you how it works. So I'm authorizing, and it's asking me to select a folder. In this case, I'm selecting this folder, and I can show you this folder has two files. These are two just empty files in it. And right now I want to select this folder, and the browser is going to ask me if I can edit content in this folder. I'm going to say yes. And you can see that the very next line of my Python code was to list whatever uh, whatever file or thing is inside my root persistent folder. And that's what you see here in the console. We also flag this as experimental because there are a few things to consider, but still is a work in progress. But I couldn't wait to ship it, so that's why it's already on npm, and you can play around through our CDN. In this case, 0628 is the developer version that contains the latest, the greatest in terms of PyScript capability, including this PyScript import fs module. What we do here as well, we just, with the handler, we open in writing mode. It could be binary too. In this case, it's just writing, and we are writing a random number. And then all we have to do at the end of our writing operation, this is not needed if we need files, but when we save files content, is a good thing to remember to always sync the current folder that we opened, that we mounted previously, so that we are sure that the next time the content will be there. And indeed, you can see already I have a random ticks file with some random value in it. And the important thing of this logic is that the next time I refresh the same page, is just going to work out of the blue. It's not going to ask me again to confirm to select the folder, because that would be very, very boring and repetitive. So this handler, this directory handler, is stored somehow through the IndexedDB. And of course, if I want to erase the data I have in this website, I can clear all the storage I have in this website, and so that next time that handler is gone, and that means that it will ask me again to authorize the persistent file system API. So this is the first way to go, and this is again providing a minimalistic UI so that users can understand what's going on and eventually decide to authorize it. But now let's not authorize it for the time being. Let's see what else it's possible to do. So in this case, I just don't want to ask explicitly PyScript to provide this model UI. I want instead create my own UI, and I'm gonna do that like this. So bear with me. I'm just copy and pasting what I had already working before and indenting, and we should be good to go. Except we miss some import OS, and yes, we import document and FS from PyScript. So in this case, we are creating an element with a text content. Let's see if it works already. So yes, the button is there, and we append that button. And so this is not it's not like a model popping up out of the blue. This is just some explicit user action and developer intention to ask the user at this point to grant access. How do we do that? We just have an asynchronous mount in this case, but this is just an event listener. And we do the same. We await fs mount. But because here we are using click event, the fs.mount will not show the dialog because this is a transient event already. So this is an explicit user action. And in this case, we are also saying disabling the button because we want to mount it only once. And we are handling in this case also the exception. So if the user doesn't want to grant access, we should see unable to grant access. And now I have no idea why that's the case. Let me see what's going on. Okay, let me. I made some other mistake probably. So let's see the full error if there is any. What's going on here? Grant access. Oh no, it's working. I just forgot to probably refresh. But yeah, in this case, I'm doing the same. I'm selecting again the same folder. In this case, test. The browser might remember which is the latest time that the latest folder you selected, and I select the folder, and you can see now I have ADXTXT, BTXT, random TXT. The cool part is that next time I also can just refresh, and I don't need, when I click grant access, I don't need to grant anything because, again, in this case, the mount is happening on a click, an explicit click event, which was previously authorized. And so that folder handler has been stored internally, privately through the browser IndexedDB. And as it was before, if we want to get rid of that, we need to clear the storage and clear set data. And so at this point, next time, it will ask again to grant some access. So that's basically it. And once we and also the same, if we go back to what we were doing before right now, because we already granted access, it doesn't matter which way we try to ask for user actions to grant access. Next time, we won't see the dialog because it's already granted. The folder is the same. So the folder name is important because we are mounting this persistently from your local storage. And the cool thing is also that this works with multiple tabs, multiple windows, multiple browsers, and Edge or Chrome or Chromium. You can have multiple browsers still accessing the same folder in your local machine. You can zip file there. You can do anything you can do with regular um, file system operations that you will do on Python 2. So I hope you enjoyed this hopefully better explanation, and you're happy about the news that it works now on MicroPython 2. Feel free to ping me, ask me anything in the Discord channel, and thanks.